Hello, my wonderful Matadors. Miss Bellish here. We are digging into our second text, Hope is the Thing with Feathers, by Emily Dickinson. Now, we are going to read this text as a whole, but maybe as we read, you can pick up on a few literary devices that Dickinson uses in the text that refer back to those terms that you have been studying with through Quizlet. So before we begin reading, I want to bring you into this gray box. It gives us a little bit about the author, just a little biography. So it states, Emily Dickinson was an American poet who lived a mostly introverted, secluded life. So meaning Emily Dickinson didn't really like to be around people. When we say introvert, this is someone who really enjoys spending time alone. And then secluded life. Secluded means away from everyone else. So you can tell that Emily Dickinson spent a lot of time in her room, not interacting with anyone. She wrote over 1,800 poems, many of which deal with themes of death and immortality in her seclusion. The following poem was first published in 1891 and discusses the nature of hope. As you read, take notes on Dickinson's symbol of hope and the figurative language used to describe it. Okay. Another thing we're going to do before we read this really short but beautiful poem is scroll down to the footnotes. As you can see, there are only 4 footnotes for our poem. The first one is referring to the term gale. Now, the word gale is a noun that means strong wind. Normally in class, I would have you turn and tell your shoulder partner that gale means strong wind. But since we are doing this virtually, go ahead, turn and tell your cat or your dog or your parent or even simply the air around you. On the count of 3, gale means strong wind. Okay, turn and talk in 1, 2, 3. Gale means strong wind. Beautiful job. Count of 3, 2 claps for your classmates. 1, 2, 3. Yay, okay. I've been missing doing that in class. Okay, second part. In this case, sore refers to the severity or terribleness of this hypothetical storm. So sore means terribleness. Third term, abash. So say it after me, abash, abash. One more time, abash, abash. Now, abash is a verb. It means to destroy the self-confidence of, to bewilder or embarrass. So if I abash Miss Siami, let's say, and that would mean that I embarrassed her. But we know that Miss Siami is impenetrable. She cannot be penetrated through some silly things or silly things said to her, so she doesn't get embarrassed easily. Now, the last footnote, extremity. Repeat after me, extremity, extremity. One more time, extremity, extremity. So extremity is a noun. It means the furthest limit or the extreme degree of nature, or the extreme degree or nature of something. So extremity is just the furthest limit. So repeat after me. Extremity means the furthest limit. Extremity means the furthest limit. Okay, so we're going to scroll up to the actual poem. I'm going to show you a really cool feature with CommonLit. So if you click on any of these buttons, you'll see that those footnotes pop up here. So you can remind yourself what these mean. Okay, so we're going to start in that first stanza. You're going to be reading along with me, tracking in 3, tracking in 2, tracking in 1. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm, that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never, in extremity, it asked a crumb of me.